Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss the brand management in retailing. What is the brand management? Just we'll try to understand with a simple example. Just we'll try to recall the top 10 brands, top 10 strongest brands in the world. If I say the restaurant segment, definitely we will get that name in our mind. That is called McD or Domino's. If we say that the vehicle segment, we will call that Audi or BMW, that cars. Two wheelers, if you go for two wheeler segment, Yamaha and all, we used to get in our mind. If you say the top brands relating to that cloth and all, sports cloths and all, we will get that Nike or Adidas. So this kind of names, brand names, that name, what is exactly the name, what exactly the brand is, when the people wants or people having a need, immediately they will recognize some brands, some names. So that is called brand. Just I will tell you what exactly in a brand is. Very simple way I will try to say. If we say Kannada film industry, the first name comes in our mind. That is Dr. Rajkumar. That is the brand. That is a brand which he has created from his movies. Same way in a retail, we are having a lot of segments or lot of names, lot of different the strongest brands in the retail segment. If you say that one, Walmart, Big Bazaar, more showrooms, Reliance Fresh in the Karnataka, in India, in the Karnataka also they are having this kind of showrooms. So these are all very strongest brands in the retailing. Just we'll go for next one, that is brand management poses several changes to the retailer. The key issues are brand management of the retail outlet. So what is the retail outlet brand management? Any retail outlet need to be reach for the customers with recognizing of their services, recognizing of their product which is they are providing for the customers. That is required brand management of retail outlet. We have to provide that facilities for the customers with saying of the customers are reaching, customers are occupying the products, our customers are recognizing our retail outlet with saying of their names. If you say, in a Bangalore, if you say we want full meals in afternoon, definitely we used to remember in a Gandhinagar there is a Mudana mess. So if you go for Mysore, we used to remember the food, non-veg food, non-vegetarians used to remember the name called Hanumantu Biryani. So this is the food. Because of food, they are recognizing that is outlet need to be create that brand name. Then second, you can see the deciding whether or not to opt for the strategies of self-owning brand. Self-owning, some retail outlets, even the franchisors may give that the branding, they may create the branding, but still the retail outlets need to be create that. They have to create that branding, own branding. They have to put their own effort. Just I will tell you, if just example, I will tell you. I have to create my own brand as a Manjunath. I'm not supposed to recognize myself with saying of my father name or my mother name or my family name. So I have to put my own effort to recognize this society as a Manjunath. So that is it's the same way in a retail outlet also. Instead of calling their names, they have to create their own branding. That is called own branding. Then let us go for next slide. That is own branding one. Own branding occurs when a retailer sells products under the retail organization's house brand name. Own branding can be of two types. Integrated own branding, that is occurs when the retailers also manufacture and branded retail products. You can see this example, Raymond's, Bose, Sony retail outlets and independent brands occurs when the retailers procures the products from others suppliers through they are sold under the label of the retail house. Example, grocery, garments and shoes and all. So this Example, the own branding, integrated branding, and also own branding of the procurement or independent branding. So integrated own branding and independent branding. So what exactly this one? You can see this own branding, that integrated branding, it is joined together, which means the franchisor or company or manufacturing company or wholesalers and as well as the retailers will be creating integrated, bringing all the people who comes under this system, bringing their effort together and they are putting efforts to create a brand that is integrated. The Raymond's company also giving a brand. They are creating advertisements, or they are trying to creating a brand or creating a brand image, and also the retail outlets are also providing this brand, trying to create brand image. So that is own branding as an integrated own branding, and also independent brand. You know, the glossaries and all did not give any advertisements or something, or they did not give any manufacturers advertisement or retailers advertisement. It may be like any one person is giving. Just an example, I will tell you. Cooking oil. Cooking oil is not given advertisement by the retailer. Wholesale, manufacturer itself, they are providing advertisement. It is reached to the customers. Or as you know, the gulab jamun, MTR gulab jamun. Just I will tell you example. Gulab jamun, MTR gulab jamun. It is not given advertisement by the retailers. It will be given by the MTR company itself. So that is independent brand. It is example garments, shoes, and all. It is independent brand. So own branding, there are two types. One is integrated and another one is independent brand. The next, if we go for significance of own branding, private labels have showed an increase in turn of both value and volume across the country. Private label shares of the product category such as food, drinks, personal care ranged between 5% to 20% in the value terms in the most countries. A well-run private label brand enhances store profitability by increasing pressure on the branded manufacturers. Like, if they are keeping some products, the own branding, it will be increasing their sales. Just I will tell you, the mobile retailers, if they are keeping the mobile as a iPhone selling, with keeping of that iPhones in their shops itself, they are making more customers to walk in, to see, to examine the products and all. So that kind of products is required in our own branding. We have to keep the product which is having a private labels in the sense where the more products, more attractive products are available in the market. That's supposed to be kept in our showrooms also, or our retail shops also. So that is own branding. Then moving to next, internationalization of retailing, evolution of international retailing. That is, both are same. They may ask for 7 marks. Evolution of international retailing, domestic saturation, and the high growth nature of emerging markets are the biggest drivers of the international of retail. So what exactly it is? Domestic saturation and the high growth. Like, domestically we have increased our demand and we are reached that saturation stage, and also high growth in the nature of emerging market. High growth, it is booming. Just I will tell you, now sanitizers manufacturers, or else medicines. Due to this pandemic, all medicine manufacturing companies are having saturation stage. It may be like maturity and saturation. They are already reached that maturity and they are going for maturity saturation now, because vaccine is coming or something, that because of that it is going saturation, and high growth because of this pandemic. So these kind of things, it is the biggest drivers of the international of retailing. Before it was like, some medicine companies, they were not aware in world level, even not even in the local market also. Now they have reached for the international level because of sanitizer manufacturing, or as gloves, mask manufacturing. That all they have reached for the world level. So that is created international retail opportunities for own branding and as well as retailing. Then acquisition of a supply chain infrastructure and local knowledge mean glossary retailers are best suited to the inorganic international growth, which means like acquisition of supply chain, people acquiring or acquisition of the supply chain management. It brings a lot of local language, and also grocery retailers are the best suited inorganic international growth. You know that nowadays people used to they are having more demand or more attracted towards that Ayurvedic products, and also inorganic organic products, which is having freshness, just like vegetables and the fruits and all, even the groceries, inorganic. We expect that one. It is created that evolution, that is created opportunity for retailers to have their own retail outlets. Then vertically integrated retailers stands much greater chance of success when internationalization compared to multi-branded retailers. Vertical integrated retailers, just like combinations. Just I will tell you, like that cement, and also the iron rods sellers, and also it may be Dr. Fixed, or as that it may be like chemical industries, paint. This all outlets which is having vertically combination in the same retail outlets. It's just like construction, stones and all that. It may be vitrified tiles and all. Even that glass for the windows or doors. Even plumbing products and all. Even this painting, designing. It is a construction materials. It is a vertical format. Instead of having different kinds of materials, different kinds of multi-branded in the same outlet, vertical kind of products are available in the shops. It is having more demand in international retailing. Then high growth opportunities from luxury and brand retailers will geographically different from the rest of the retail world. Then luxury brand retailers can be suffered in the retail market, but still high growth opportunities maybe they can get it due to this. People are attracted. People are having their own lifestyle, different lifestyle. Due to that reason, they may attract for this kind of outlets. Then you can see that the storage of international home improvement and gardening retailers provides that same retail, some retail concept are harder to explore than others. You know that gardening and also some shortage of international home improvement and all. Nowadays in India there is a different segments like balcony farming and organic farming at home. Like that, they are creating some different strategies. There is made in India concept and also inorganic products. So this all making people to have more opportunities in international retailing, and also they are attracted for this kind of retail shops. Then sixth one, that internationalization of retailing. Despite that importance of interest retailing, real growth abroad requires stores. So any importance of internet retailers are getting more opportunities than the physical retailers, physical store retailers. So the internet supporting retailers will be getting more importance than others, but still it is also having more demand in international market. The example, that Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra and all. So that is also an evolution in the international retailing. Then going for the next motives of international retailing, growth and profitability. There is a one reason to go for international retailing. We are getting more growth. Any retailer, if they go for international level, definitely they will get growth and profitability. Just an example, instead of having a retail store in India, they may earn in India in rupees. Same retail shop, if they start in US or UK, they may earn in pounds or in dollars. So that profitability may increase in international retailing also. Then moving for the next, that is the economics of scale. What is this economics of scales? So when, just I gave an example, if the person who starting a business in local market and starting a business in international market, it varies a lot. It means a lot, and they're bringing more profit than others. So they will be comparing the local market as well as the foreign market, where exactly more opportunities, more profit they can earn it. They are going for such kind of market. That is economies of scale. Then third one, risk diversification. So instead of having a risk, it's just an example in India, government is putting more effort, more restrictions to sell the products. They may go for abroad. Just I will tell you, tobaccos, retail stores, or else maybe liquor shops. In India, there is having a lot of restrictions or a lot of limitations. So instead of having their liquor shop in India, they can go for the foreign. It may be like Dubai or UK, US. They're having a freedom to consume that liquor in that foreign countries. So that is one diversification, risk diversification. Instead of starting in a risk place, instead of starting their business in a risk place or risk areas, they can diversify their risk for some other places. Instead of putting more effort to fight against the government, they're going for the different country and they're starting their business. So their risk will be converted for the promotion or advertisement or bringing more products into their retail stores. Like that, their risk may be diversified. Then fourth one, another motive, that is uniqueness of product or services. What exactly uniqueness of product or services? When we are having a more uniqueness in our product, definitely people may attract. You are not aware of this pizza or burger and all. When this McD Domino's has entered for Indian market, so that is a uniqueness. We had that experience and we have gone for the foreign market with the having of so they came to the Indian market with the uniqueness. So one more thing is that Mysore sandal soap, the people doesn't have the concept of sandal things in a sandal's fragrance or sandal scent in a soap, but in Mysore sandal soap has entered for the foreign market because of the sandal, because of that fragrance, because of the smell. So that is uniqueness of the product or services. So that may attract the customers. MTR also, MTR Puliyogre mix and all. It is not only restricted for the local market, they are going for the foreign market also because of taste and preference. Then spreading R&D cost also. This is one more motive. Research and development cost may be among the customers, which is spread among the retailers, spread among the different people. It may be franchisor may share with that R&D cost, and also they also will be sharing. Instead of spending one person, the research and development cost may be shared among the franchisor, franchisee, licensor, or licensee, or directly they are going for foreign direct investment, even though the government may give that concession or they give some subsidies and all. So that is spreading of R&D cost. Then sixth one, resources and ideas. Some countries may have more resources. So that resources, utilizing that resources and making product to sell for them. It's just an example. In India, we are having a huge resource as human resource. So human resource, they are utilizing that resource and they're selling the products for them. Somehow they are trying to push the product for the customers because our strength is our population. If we are already reached 140 crores of the people, Indians are there in India, their total population 140 crores. So 140 crores, if they collect 1 rupee each, 1 rupee from the each Indian, they are earning 140 crores per day. Every day 1 rupee, just think how much it will be for the month, for the year and all. So that is a one resource utilization. That is the ideas they have to build. Even in a foreign, in the US, they are not having a huge population, but they are having a huge money. That is their resource. So we have to get that resource advantage. When we are going for the foreign, we have to keep the product price is very high and we're showing off our uniqueness. As I said, fourth unit, uniqueness of the product. Keeping that, showing that uniqueness and earning money from them. So that is resources and ideas. Then last one, employees also. The cheap employees, like a country like India, we are having a huge population and we are having a huge working people, and moreover skilled and unskilled workers are there. We are ready to work for the lesser price, lesser salary also. So that is a one more motive to go for abroad. And moreover, that employees, even in a foreign also, we want the skilled employees. If skilled employees are available in a foreign, we'll go there and we'll start our business. That is motive of that is one more motive of international retailing. Then, what all factors will be influenced in the international retail environment? You can see this: political environment, economical environment, socio-cultural environment, technical factors, environment, then environmental factors, even legal factors and all. What is this? Political factors. This I will try to say that political factors which is influencing for international retail environment. Maybe you have seen some products which is required. Just an example, now medicines are very much important for all the people who are staying in all the every country. So we want the products of the medicines. So politically, the government itself was influencing to purchase a product from the political features. It may be like the political environment is government is supporting you. You just wear a mask. That is one political environment. Politically, it is influenced by the government, and people are started to use it. You have a sanitizer, have a social distance, have a face shield. So this all they have influence. That is making people to purchase more product, and that is one more influence which is going for international retail environment. Then economical environment, you know that the current and future or past interest rates, and even supporting. Just an example, before it was not, it is very hectic for people to get the EMI facilities and all. Now they are giving offers in international retailing also. They are giving offers like they are giving a EMI facility. They are giving loan for to purchase a product and all. So that is one more example of international retailing, and it is influencing people to have that products in international environment. Then socio-cultural environment, you know that individual and it may be individual lifestyle and also societal lifestyle. Our local lifestyle is not matching with the people. It may be demographic impacts. It may be and how we are changing. What is our income? What is our education? And also it may be like which religion we belongs to, and moreover what is our individual attitude, and what is it may be CSR activities, corporate social responsibilities and all. It's all influencing people to go. It is influencing to have that retail environment in internationalization, because environment, social cultural environment, or culture as well as our society, how it is influencing to have that environment in international level. Then technical environment, technology also influencing us to go for international retailing. It may be like, instead of having our own manufacturing, if we go and purchase from somebody who is already manufactured with a lesser cost, that maybe saved some money. That is the economical factors. It saved some money. So technically we can have that upgradation, how mature we are, and whether we are already overtaken some decisions, or we already overtook our technology, updated our technology, innovations, creations, creativity, everything we have already included it in our retail storerooms. Definitely we can succeed in our international retailing. Then environmental factors also, that natural environment, how it is impacting, especially in India, we are not having much calamities like foreigners. So every year they are facing some calamities, natural calamities, especially like Japan, they are having earthquake, and that America, they are every year they are having flood. So like that, we are not having such kind of critical or what we can say bigger issues in Indian perspective. So environmental factors are influencing people to go for international retailing also. Then legal factors, how the government is supporting, how any intellectual properties are included, like the copyrights, patent, brand names, or else that geographical indications, or else any other things is included in our products. And also any consumers laws are supporting for us. It may be Consumer Protection Act. It is protecting the consumer as well as the retailers or what. So this all influencing for the international retail environment. And also the employment, legal employment. It may be like employees safety, employees health, employees product safety laws and all. So this is very were in some countries means they definitely they will decide to go for abroad. They will decide to go for international retailing instead of having local retail segment. So this all, especially you can see international retailing, international shops or retailers are entering to Indian market very in a huge quantity or in a huge numbers. Maybe the polar beer, that is ice cream segment and all. If you go for chicken related one, five-star chicken and all, it has came. It is ready-made chicken is available, and also you can if you have McD, Domino's and all, Pizza Hut and all. So that is related to fast food restaurants, and also even nowadays even the sports item Decathlon. That is one more example. International retailing. Decathlon is came from foreign and it has all sports accessories, sports items are available in a single floor. So that is a new concept which is introduced in Indian market. So the such kind of international retailing may have that influence in international retailing, and also foreigners are getting influence because of our resource. That is a huge resource as a population. Then also we are thinking we are having that average kind of income like middle class people. We are getting more, not more than income or not less income. We are getting average income, and moreover we are stick on for that middle class lifestyle. So that is also one influence to enter for Indian market. So here we will wind up. So we have done with unit. Thank you for listening and watching. Any doubts you can comment in the chat box so that I can answer for your doubts. Thank you.